Mysore or Mysuru, also known as the cultural capital of Karnataka, offers you a delightful culinary experience. So, in this video, I'm gonna take you to some of the best places to eat in Mysore, showcasing a mix of traditional South Indian dishes and fancy restaurants. Starting from iconic dosas to flavorful biryanis, Mysore has it all. So, let's embark on a gastronomic journey to explore some of the best places to eat in Mysore that will surely leave you craving for more.
अगर आप मैसूर आए हो और मैसूर आके माइलरी डोसा नहीं खाया तो आप क्या खाक मैसूर आए हो? Well, jokes apart, right now I'm standing right outside the Mailari Dosa Point, which is one of the famous dosa point here in Mysore. And according to the locals, this is one of the softest dosa जो कि आपको पूरे मैसूर में मिलेगा. कहते हैं कि इसे मुंह में डालते ही मुंह में घुल जाता है. तो चलिए अंदर चलते हैं and let's experience the मुंह में घुलने वाला डोसा.
Mysuru is the birthplace of Mailari Dosa. तो पूरे 40 मिनट धूप में लाइन देने के बाद I went in to see this cozy place with about 6 tables and just 5 things on the menu. But alas, due to the late afternoon hours, most of the things like idli and khasi halwa were over and I was just left with one option, that is masala Mailari Dosa. And then came this palm-sized dosa with a runny white coconut chutney and a dollop of white butter. Well, speaking from my personal experience, the dosa was good, not very wow, but the sagu or the palya or the center filling was really good. But I found this place a bit overhyped. Yet, I would say since it is one of the oldest dosa center here, which makes it iconic and hence a definite must come. They have also opened a new branch of Vinayaka Mailari Hotel just next to the original shop where you can visit if the old one is crowded. Next on my breakfast list is the Gayatri Tiffin Room or the GTR. This again is a very popular veg restaurant and just at the entry gate you see the cash counter with the menu on the table where you have to first place your order and pay and then you get your coupon. और यहाँ self service policy है, मतलब खाना आपको खुद लाना पड़ता है काउंटर से. Now let's talk about the ambience and food. Mornings are very busy here and the hotel looks very bright and clean. भीड़ बहुत ही ज्यादा थी तो I had to stand by a bench to reserve my seat. और यहाँ आपको टेबल शेयर करना पड़ता है. And as you can see, मैंने यहाँ ऑर्डर किया है 1 coffee, a plate of idli vada, 1 butter masala dosa and a kesri bhat. The coffee as usual was very good, but the dosa was outstanding. The thick roast outside crust with a soft underbelly and a good portion of filling along with that yummy dollop of butter. इडली भी काफी अच्छी थी with that amazing grainy texture और size तो आपको दिख ही रहा होगा काफी बड़ा है. But the star of today's breakfast is definitely this घी में भुना हुआ केसरी भात जिसके एक पोर्शन से आपका मन तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं भरने वाला है.
So the wait time was very long. ऑर्डर तो जल्दी प्लेस कर लिया पर ऑर्डर मिलने में काफ़ी टाइम लग जाता है.
Overall, this is definitely a must come. And now it is time for the last and the best breakfast point on my list. That is the Mahesh Prasad Veg Restaurant. This restaurant is one of the top veg restaurants in Mysore where you can find South Indian food, North Indian food along with chaat, soups and dessert. मैं यहाँ आई हूँ South Indian खाने, so I have ordered my regular masala dosa and idli. So let's start with the idli, जो कि काफी soft और काफी spongy थे और चटनी के साथ क्या खूब बढ़िया लग रहे थे. नेक्स्ट आया मसाला डोसा एंड द डोसा वाज सो क्रिस्पी और फिलिंग भी बहुत यम और सफिशिएंट था. सांबर वाज बिट ऑन द स्वीटर साइड. आखिर में इट वाज टाइम फॉर सम स्वीट तो मैंने खाया केसरी बात मेड इन प्योर घी एंड इट टेस्टेड हेवनली, so much so that I got some packed for home. And now it's time for some highly reviewed fancy restaurants. तो हम अभी आए हैं बेहद ही फेमस गुफा यानी कि केव थीम रेस्टोरेंट में। Ambience here is a little dark, but the rock-cut complete cave-like quirky style decor and the waiters with the safari uniform will amaze you. और हर छोटी सी छोटी डिटेल्स का काफी ध्यान रखा गया है यहाँ पे। Their menu is very extensive with plenty of options from veg to non-veg, from cocktails to kebabs. Now, talking about the food quality, खाना यहाँ का लाजवाब है and the prices are also reasonable. I really enjoyed my lunch here and it was overall a very delicious experience. So, when in Mysuru, definitely come here. Well, you all must have been to various rooftop restaurants, but have you ever been to one where the seating deck rotates 360 degrees?
तो अभी मैं हूँ हाई पार्क रिवॉल्विंग रेस्टोरेंट में एंड एज द नेम सिग्निफाइज ये जो एक पेडेस्टल है ऊपर का दिस कीप्स रिवॉल्विंग।
Starting right from Mysuru Palace to Chamundi Hills, you can see it all while relishing the sumptuous food here. And the menu is quite vast, including continental, Italian and Desi Indian, along with your favorite cocktails and drinks. The ambience is cozy and quite pleasant, and the staff here are also very polite and helpful. Talking about food, I had ordered a chicken lasagna, a rose sauce pasta along with a Mai Tai. And I have to tell you, this was one of the most yummy lasagna that I have ever tasted till date. And the rose sauce pasta is a combination of white sauce and red sauce pasta, which was again very tasty, and one portion is quite enough for 2 people. The quantity and taste are spot on, but you might find the prices a bit on the higher side. But keeping the ambience, the view and the good food in mind, it is totally worth it. बहुत हो गए अल्कोहल और नॉन वेज वाले रेस्टोरेंट्स. Now this restaurant is for my vegetarian and diet conscious family who loves Italian food like pizza, pasta, salads and iced tea. The setting here is very cozy and has a rustic vibe with warm blue lights, making the ambience very pleasant and lovely, along with light music going on, and the place is covered with a lot of plants. Coming to the food taste, I had ordered a butterscotch milkshake and a pesto pizza. I found it very much average. The milkshake was fine and the pizza toppings were fresh and a wood-fired one, but I found the pizza to be very dry and the sauce was weak as well. Looking on the brighter side, they also have a ice cream parlor right at the entrance where you can see your favorite flavor being made and relish. Now, if you are craving for some authentic Andhra style curries and biryanis, this place should definitely be on your list. Hotel RRR is always crowded, hence you might have to wait for your turn. Speaking of the ambience, it is nothing fancy and definitely not peaceful. So, don't go there looking for a fine dining experience, but definitely come here for the taste. Talking about the menu, they serve veg meal with authentic flavors and also chicken and mutton biryani along with various other curries. Though the quantity of rice is enough, but the mutton pieces were really small, which might leave you a bit disappointed. Along with it, I had ordered mutton fry, which was really hot and spicy. So, if you are a biryani lover like me, this place should and must be on your list. पेट पूजा करने के बाद now it's time for some sweets, and no trip to Mysore is complete without indulging in some of city's favorite sweet delicacies like Mysore Pak in Guru Sweet Mart. This shop holds a special place in history as this is the first to prepare Mysore Pak for the King of Mysore. यहाँ आते ही आपको दो shops दिखेंगे. The small one is the original one, while the one next door is the new one. पुराने वाले में सिर्फ कैश एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, while the new one online payment options are available. वैसे दोनों ही दुकानों की मिठाइयाँ सेम ही है. और यहाँ मैंने ट्राई किए 3 डिफरेंट तरह के मैसूर पाक, और उनमें से सबसे अच्छा मुझे लगा घी मैसूर पाक which just melted in my mouth. Overall, I highly recommend trying their Mysore Pak for a taste of tradition and quality. But other than Mysore Pak, if you are looking for some fancy chocolatey desserts, then you can come to Glenn's Bakehouse, which provides you a very pleasant and aesthetic ambience and a very good quality of desserts. A standalone cottage that has been converted into a cafe, providing indoor and outdoor seating options with an extensive menu. Well, I went there just for desserts and tried a few things, and all of them were heavenly tasty. Though you can also try their pizzas and pastas as well. So these were my recommendations in Mysore. But इसके अलावा अगर आपको कोई अच्छी जगह की पता हो तो do let me know in the comments. And अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आई हो, do like this video and share it with your friends and family. इसके अलावा if you want to know कि जब आप मैसूर आ रहे हो, आप मैसूर में कौन कौन सी जगह घूम सकते हो, तो उसके ऊपर भी मैंने एक डेडिकेटेड वीडियो बनाई है. See you guys there. Tadoos!